Imagine running full speed, your chest tight, your legs heavy, and no matter how fast you go, something is right behind you. That's the feeling chased dreams leave behind. They jolt you awake with a rush of fear, leaving you staring at the ceiling, wondering why they feel so real and why they keep happening. If this is you, you're not crazy and you're not alone. When the people chasing you in the dream are strangers, the fear runs deeper because you do not know who they are or what they want. The human mind is most afraid of what it cannot identify, and dreams play on that truth. The faceless pursuers carry a sense of mystery, and that mystery heightens the panic. Sometimes they appear as groups, sometimes as individuals. Sometimes you hear them before you see them, footsteps echoing, voices shouting, the sensation that danger is closing in. Sometimes they have no sound at all, only presence, as though they are gliding toward you, and you just know you have to run. These are not meaningless details. Every image, every sound, every shadow is your mind trying to communicate something urgent. There are nights when the dream feels so real that you wake drenched in sweat, heart pounding like a drum, your body almost sore from the tension. This is because your nervous system cannot always tell the difference between a dream and reality. When you run in the dream, your brain signals your body as though you were truly running. That is why these dreams are exhausting. They are full-body experiences. The presence of strangers is significant because they carry the weight of the unknown. When you dream of being chased by someone you know, the meaning often ties directly to that relationship. But when the pursuer is a stranger, it represents forces, less tangible situations that feel out of your control, fears you cannot name, pressure that seems to come from nowhere. These dreams often appear during seasons of transition, when you are stepping into something unfamiliar, when you are changing directions in life, when you feel vulnerable. The dream mirrors your inner state. You are in motion, and something behind you is threatening to catch you. Sometimes the strangers are many. You run and they multiply, as though the more you flee, the greater their number becomes. This may reflect how your problems seem to pile up the more you avoid them. Unfinished business attracts more unfinished business. Ignored fears invite new ones. The dream gives you this picture to show you the cost of running, that the chase becomes bigger until you turn and confront it. At times, the dream takes you through mazes, corridors, endless streets. No matter where you turn, there is another alley, another hallway, another corner, and still they follow. This reveals how trapped you feel in waking life, as though no decision leads to freedom. The strangers chase you because the real issue is not yet resolved. You can change scenery, change plans, even change environments. But if you do not address the fear, it will follow. Dreams of being chased by strangers can also reveal the way you feel watched. Maybe in waking life, you feel pressure from unseen observers, expectations from society, criticism from people who never speak directly to you, judgment from a distance. The dream personifies this invisible audience into figures who actively pursue you. They do not merely watch, they chase. This means you feel hunted, as though you cannot make a move without consequence. Spiritually, these dreams can be windows into warfare. The strangers can represent resistance sent to stop your progress. You may notice that they appear most frequently when you begin to grow spiritually, when you start praying more, when you step into obedience, when you break toxic patterns. The chase becomes intense, right when you are closest to breakthrough, because opposition always rises before victory. This is why such dreams are often invitations to prayer, to strengthen your spirit, to declare your peace, to take back ground that fear has stolen. There are also dreams where you almost get caught. The strangers grab your clothes, touch your back, pull you down, and then you wake. These dreams are showing how close you feel to being overtaken, how urgent it is to face what is chasing you before it swallows you. The waking is a mercy, giving you a chance to act before it is too late. Notice the details. Were the strangers silent or shouting? Silence can symbolize hidden threats, gossip behind your back, unspoken hostility. Shouting can symbolize open conflict, visible opposition, or inner voices screaming at you, the inner critic, the voice of shame, the voice that says you are not enough. Notice the distance. Were they far away, giving you time to run, or right behind you, almost on top of you? Distance shows how close the issue is to the surface. If they are far, you still have time to prepare, to strengthen yourself. If they are close, it may mean the matter is urgent and must be faced immediately. Notice your own body. Could you run freely? Or were you stuck, slowed, weighed down? If you could run fast, it shows you still have energy to escape, that your fight or flight response is strong. If you were slow, it shows fatigue, fear, or resistance draining you. Your spirit is saying, you cannot keep doing this. Dreams of being chased by unknown people can sometimes end with you finding a hiding place. You lock the door, hold your breath, stay silent, and wait. Relief comes when you are not found, but the dream often repeats later. This shows that hiding is only temporary. It gives you a sense of safety, but does not resolve the fear. The strangers will return until you are ready to confront what they symbolize. There are also dreams where help appears, a door opens, a person helps you hide, a light shines, a path clears. These are reminders that you are not alone, that even when you are pursued, you are guided. The dream shows you that there is a way out, but you must take it consciously. In some dreams, the strangers catch you, and when they do, something unexpected happens. Instead of harming you, they speak. They reveal something. They transform into someone you know. This is a powerful moment. It means that what you feared was not as dangerous as you believed. The chase was preparing you for this encounter, and now you are ready to face the truth. Your emotions in the dream matter. Pure terror shows that you are still overwhelmed by the issue. Determined running shows that you are actively resisting, but not yet ready to stop and face it. Calm hiding shows that you are starting to trust that there is safety even in the presence of fear. Turning around in courage shows that you are ready to integrate what the dream is showing you. There is a deeper layer where the strangers represent the shadow self, the part of you that you reject. Perhaps it is anger you do not admit, grief you suppress, memories you avoid. The chase is the shadow trying to be acknowledged. The dream is saying this part of you wants to be seen, healed, and integrated. There are also ancestral and generational layers to consider. Sometimes the chase is not only about you, but about patterns that run in families, cycles of fear, trauma, oppression, poverty, brokenness, things that chase each generation until someone chooses to face them. The strangers symbolize forces that have pursued your bloodline, and your dream is showing you that it is your turn to stop running. When you experience these dreams, do not dismiss them. Write them down. Even the small details. Ask yourself, what was happening in your life the day before? Reflect on what fear might have been stirred. Pray if you are spiritually inclined. Ask for insight. Ask for courage. Dreams of being chased by strangers are not curses meant to torment you. They are messages meant to awaken you. You may find that once you start facing your fears in waking life, the dreams shift. The strangers stop chasing, or if they appear again, you are stronger, more confident. You may even turn around and chase them. This is the turning point when fear loses its grip. The key is not to run forever, but to pause, to breathe, to acknowledge what is coming behind you. The dream has done its work when it leads you to that moment of honesty, when you no longer fear the pursuit, but allow it to teach you. When you no longer fear the pursuit, but allow it to teach you. This is when the dream begins to shift from nightmare to revelation. The strangers chasing you become mirrors, showing you parts of life you have been ignoring. Sometimes you notice in the dream that their steps slow when you slow, almost as if they are reflecting your state of mind. The moment you stop panicking, the entire atmosphere of the dream can change. The streets may become clearer, the sky brighter, your breathing steadier. This is your mind signaling that you are ready to stop running. When the dream continues night after night, it is a call to pay closer attention. Recurring dreams are the soul's way of saying the message has not been received yet. The strangers will keep appearing until you confront the thing they represent. You might find that as you face fears in real life, making that phone call, having that conversation, stepping into that new responsibility, the dreams begin to fade. They lose their intensity because the lesson is being lived out during the day. The number of strangers can also carry meaning. A single pursuer may point to one major fear, or one person who represents a challenge. A group of strangers may mean you feel surrounded, outnumbered, overwhelmed. Groups in dreams can symbolize society, peers, or collective pressures. When many faceless people, were you walking peacefully, then suddenly aware of danger? Were you already anxious, already hiding before the chase began? This timing matters. Some dreams will take you back to places from childhood, old schools, neighborhoods, houses you once lived in. Being chased by strangers in those settings can mean that what you are running from is rooted in early experiences. Perhaps childhood fear, rejection, or trauma is resurfacing, and the dream is giving it a face so you can finally deal with it. Pay attention also to whether you are alone or if someone is with you. If others are running with you, it may mean you share this fear with someone else. It could be a family member, a friend, a partner, someone who is in this struggle with you. If you are alone, the dream is emphasizing your personal journey, your inner work, something only you can face. Sometimes these dreams reveal the condition of your boundaries. If the strangers are breaking into your home in the dream, it could symbolize that your emotional space is being invaded by stress, by other people's demands, by situations that drain you. Your spirit is telling you to reinforce your boundaries, to protect your inner peace. On a deeper spiritual level, strangers can represent assignments against you, distractions, temptations, spiritual resistance that comes when you are on the edge of growth. They pursue you to make you afraid, to wear you out, to make you doubt yourself. Recognizing this can turn fear into strategy. You begin to respond not just emotionally, but prayerfully, speaking peace over your nights, rejecting fear before you sleep, asking for clarity to see what these dreams are pointing to. In some dreams, the pursuers are dressed in certain ways: uniforms, masks, dark clothing. Uniformed pursuers can symbolize systems, institutions, authority figures, or rules you feel oppressed by. Masked pursuers can symbolize deceit, hidden agendas, situations where you do not know the whole truth. Dark clothing often symbolizes fear, grief, or hiddenness, but sometimes it simply reflects the dream's mood, the heaviness you feel inside. When you begin to engage with these dreams intentionally, you might find they evolve. The first nights you run in terror, but later nights you begin to plan your escape. Then you begin to turn corners and find weapons, or find allies, or find doors that lead to safety. This shows that your subconscious is no longer powerless. It is learning, adapting, preparing you to face fear. Even the ground you run on carries meaning. Smooth paths may show that you still have time to choose a direction before things become difficult. Rocky, muddy, or uphill paths show that the journey you are on feels hard, that fear is not just chasing you, but making you struggle for every step. Running downhill may show that things feel out of control, that you are going faster than you want, and fear a fall. When you wake from these dreams, the lingering emotion is the most important clue. Do you wake terrified, helpless, sweating? That shows the fear is still in control. Do you wake alert, thoughtful, curious? That shows you are beginning to understand. Do you wake strangely calm, even after the chase? That can mean the dream has done its work and the fear no longer has a hold on you. There are dreams where you escape completely. You run and find a safe place, lock the door, and the pursuers cannot reach you. These dreams reassure you that there is safety, that you are not trapped forever. They remind you that you do have the power to find refuge. And there are dreams where you stop running altogether, turn around and face the strangers. Sometimes they vanish, sometimes they freeze, sometimes they speak, sometimes they join you, walking with you instead of chasing. These dreams are the most powerful because they mark the moment you have faced the thing that haunted you. The pursuer was never just a threat, it was a messenger. It chased you so that you would stop, so that you would listen, so that you would see what you have been refusing to see. When strangers chase you, they push you into awareness. They force you to notice what you have been ignoring. The chase is not to destroy you, but to wake you up. And as frightening as the dream is, it is often the beginning of courage. The night you stop running, even if only in the dream, is the night you realize that what you feared cannot define you anymore. Is the night you realize that what you feared cannot define you anymore. The chase stops being a nightmare and becomes a threshold. For many people, when they finally face the pursuer in the dream, they find themselves able to speak, to ask questions, to demand to know why they were being chased. In those moments, the pursuer often answers. The stranger may reveal a message, may hand you something, may show you something hidden. These dreams are powerful because they transform fear into revelation. What once terrified you now becomes a guide. In some dreams, after turning to face the strangers, you may find yourself no longer running, but walking beside them. This shows that what was once an enemy has become integrated into your understanding. You now recognize that this part of your life no longer needs to chase you because you have acknowledged it. This can be healing for those who carry long-held fears or unresolved pain. There are dreams where after the confrontation, the scenery changes completely. The dark streets turn to open fields. The night sky turns to daylight. The noise of pursuit turns to silence. This signals that the storm has passed, that your spirit is experiencing release. These are moments of spiritual breakthrough, where you wake up with peace instead of fear. At times, facing the pursuer does not make them disappear, but gives you authority over them. You may find yourself stronger, no longer running but standing your ground. You may even see them retreat. This mirrors what happens in life when you confront fear. The thing that once had power over you begins to lose its strength. You no longer spend energy running away. You stand rooted, unshaken. The deeper you look into these dreams, the more they become mirrors of your journey. When the dream repeats night after night, it is not a punishment but a process. Your mind and spirit are working through layers, each dream taking you a step closer to clarity. Some nights you may still run. Some nights you may still hide, but slowly, the chase brings you to a place where you are ready to face what is behind you. These dreams can also carry instruction. Sometimes the stranger says nothing but points to a door, a path, a place you need to go. This is the dream showing you that the answer lies ahead, that you must follow through. Chase becomes a leading, pushing you towards something necessary for your growth. You may notice physical sensations within the dream heart, racing, legs weak, breath short. These are not just random. They show you how much energy fear is taking from you, even when you are awake. The dream is asking you to reclaim your strength, to stop letting fear drain you. The voices you sometimes hear behind you, shouting, calling your name, speaking in languages you do not understand, can represent the many influences pulling at you. They can symbolize past words spoken over you, accusations, fears, even lies you have believed. The chase shows that these words still have power over you until you reject them. In other dreams, the strangers never catch you. You wake up just before they do. This can be both a mercy and a message of mercy, because you are spared the confrontation until you are ready. Message because the confrontation is still coming. The dream is preparing you so that when you finally stop running, you will have the courage to stand. There are also dreams where you fight back. You pick up stones, weapons, anything you can find. You shout, you resist. These dreams are empowering because they show that you are no longer willing to be passive. You are stepping into action, taking control of your space. Even if you do not win in the dream, the act of fighting back shows a turning point inside you. Sometimes instead of strangers, the pursuers become shadows, human-shaped but without features. This makes the fear even stronger because there's nothing to identify, nothing to reason with. Shadows in dreams often represent the unknown, the subconscious, or spiritual forces. When they chase you, it means the unknown is pressing in. The invitation is to bring light, to seek understanding, to turn the unknown into the known. Being chased by strangers in unfamiliar places may also mirror seasons when life itself feels foreign, when everything around you is changing. New job, new city, new challenges. Your dreams may process that transition as a chase. You are running to catch up, running to keep from falling behind. Some dreams will place you in wide open spaces, being chased across fields with nowhere to hide. These are the most vulnerable dreams because they strip away safety nets. They ask you to trust, to keep running until you find courage, to face the fear with no walls to protect you. And there are dreams where you are not only chased, but cornered, trapped in an alley, backed against a wall. In those moments, something powerful happens. Because there's nowhere left to run, you must choose to face what is coming. Many people wake up at this moment because the fear is too strong. But for some, the dream continues, and in continuing, they find a strength they did not know they had. They stop running, stand tall, and look the pursuer in the eye. It is in that moment that the dream begins to shift permanently. From then on, you may find that future chase dreams feel less terrifying. You may still run, but you know you have faced it once before, and you can face it again. The dream is no longer just about fear, but about growth. Sometimes these dreams are not about danger, but about pursuit of destiny. The strangers chasing you may represent opportunities, callings, responsibilities that are trying to catch you. You are running because you feel unready, but the dream is showing that what is pursuing you is not always harmful. Some things are meant to catch you, to lead you into a new season. The more you engage with these dreams, the more layered they become. You start noticing that the strangers are not always menacing. Sometimes they are neutral, even compassionate. Sometimes when they catch you, they do not hurt you, but lead you somewhere safe. These are moments when fear turns into guidance. As you stay present with these dreams, you will see that being chased is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of an awakening, call to awareness, an invitation to step into courage. Each chase is bringing you closer to a moment where you no longer run, where the fear no longer dictates your movement, where the unknown no longer controls you. And as you wake from these dreams, the echo of footsteps may still be in your mind, but you begin to breathe slower, calmer. You sit with the dream instead of rushing to forget it. You let the images speak. You let the message sink in, and you find that slowly, step by step, night by night, you are becoming the one who stops running. You are becoming the one who stands still in the middle of the dream, who faces the pursuer, who chooses to see, to listen, to learn. And the chase no longer feels like terror, but like transformation. No longer something that drains you, but something that prepares you for the next part of your journey. You are becoming the one who stands still in the middle of the dream, who faces the pursuer, who chooses to see, to listen, to learn. And the chase no longer feels like terror, but like transformation. No longer something that drains you, but something that prepares you for the next part of your journey. When the strangers in your dream transform, when they stop chasing and start speaking, when their faces become clear, this is a powerful sign that your relationship with fear is shifting. The pursuer is no longer just a threat, but a messenger. Some people describe dreams where the pursuer catches them only to hand them something, a letter, a key, a light. The object given often symbolizes a solution, a revelation, or a step you must take. The dream is showing that by allowing yourself to be caught, you receive what you were meant to receive all along. Sometimes the strangers become guides. The same figure that once terrified you now leads you out of danger, opens a door, or points to a new path. This transformation shows that what you feared was not your enemy, but your teacher. The chase was necessary to get your attention, but the ultimate purpose was to lead you somewhere. These dreams often bring profound relief. Instead of waking up in fear, you wake with a sense of clarity, as though a weight has lifted. You may not have all the answers, but you know that something inside you has shifted. You are no longer simply running from life, you are engaging with it. In some dreams, the strangers become familiar. Their faces change into people you know, into parts of yourself, perhaps a younger version of you, a version that is scared, hurt, or abandoned. This is the dream showing you that what was chasing you was not an outside threat, but your own neglected self, longing to be acknowledged. When you embrace this part of you in the dream, healing begins. Other dreams show the strangers stopping completely and watching you. They no longer chase, they simply stand. This stillness is symbolic. It shows that the fear has been neutralized, that you no longer feel hunted. The figures may fade, dissolve, or even bow their heads. Your subconscious is signaling that you have taken back your power. There are dreams where the pursuers become protectors. They stand between you and danger, guarding you. This is a reversal of roles. What once threatened now defends. These dreams are profound because they show that the very thing that caused you fear has now become part of your strength. Transformation in these dreams can also be gradual. The first nights you run, the next nights you slow down, then you start turning your head to look, then you finally face them. And then one night you discover they are not strangers at all. They are guides, angels, or even people from your life who bring comfort. This slow unfolding is the process of inner integration. When the chase dreams reach this stage, they often stop altogether, or change into dreams of walking, talking, building, or moving forward. The energy of the dream changes from fear to purpose. You no longer wake up exhausted but inspired. The chase has served its purpose. This transformation is not something you force. It comes as you work through fear, as you pray, as you process, as you take small steps of courage during the day. Your spirit carries the progress into the night. The dream becomes the record of your inner work, the proof that you are growing. The strangers can also become mirrors. They may look at you with compassion, reflect your own face back to you, or show you something about yourself you were not willing to see. This moment can be emotional. Many people wake up crying after such dreams, not from fear, but from release. It feels like finally facing the truth, finally embracing the part of yourself that has been left behind. The transformation stage is one of the most beautiful phases of dream work. It is the point where the nightmare becomes a teacher, where the fear becomes wisdom. The same streets you once ran through may now feel safe. The same alleys may now lead to light. The same figures that made you sweat may now walk with you as companions. These dreams remind you that what you fear is often carrying your breakthrough. The stranger who once terrified you may have been holding the very message you needed. The chase was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to bring you to the place where you were ready to receive it. Even if you still run sometimes, the fact that you now know transformation is possible gives you hope. You wake from each dream with less dread and more curiosity. You no longer say, "Why is this happening to me?" but "What is this trying to show me?" And as that shift takes root, your nights change. Fear becomes invitation. Darkness becomes teacher. And the footsteps behind you become the rhythm that leads you forward, step by step, until you are no longer running away, but walking toward the life you were meant to live. The environment where the chase happens carries just as much meaning as the figures chasing you. Dreams choose settings that match your inner state. Being chased through narrow alleys may show that you feel cornered, as though options are few and space is closing in around you. Each turn feels tight, each decision urgent, reflecting seasons where you feel pressured to act, but unsure which way to go. When the chase happens in wide open fields, the meaning shifts. Open fields symbolize exposure. Everything is visible. Nothing is hidden. There is no place to escape. These dreams often come when you feel vulnerable in life, when secrets are surfacing, when you fear being judged or misunderstood. The openness can feel terrifying because there is nowhere to hide, but it also represents freedom. It shows that part of your healing will come from standing exposed and realizing you are still safe. Being chased in forests or woods adds another layer. Forests symbolize mystery, the subconscious, and the unknown. Running through trees means you are navigating hidden parts of yourself, moving through shadowed places in your mind. The branches can represent memories, reaching for you, roots from the past tripping you. The deeper into the woods you go, the deeper into the subconscious you are traveling. If you find a clearing, that is a sign of breakthrough clarity after confusion, light after darkness. Chase. Dreams in cities are often connected to society and relationships. The tall buildings, crowded streets, and endless roads reflect the complexity of human life. The feeling of being small in a world too big to control. Being chased in a city can mean you feel overwhelmed by expectations, by busyness, by the rush of life. If the city is empty, it may reflect loneliness, isolation, the fear of facing life's challenges alone. Houses are one of the most telling dream settings. Being chased through a house can mean the issue is personal and close to home. It is your childhood home. The dream may be calling you back to early experiences that shaped your fears. If it is a house you do not recognize, it may represent parts of your life you have not yet explored. The rooms you run through carry meaning too. Running through a kitchen can symbolize issues related to nourishment and care. Running through a bedroom can symbolize intimacy, rest, or secrets. Running through a hallway can symbolize transitions, being between one stage of life and another. Bridges are powerful symbols in chase dreams. If you are running across a bridge, it shows you are crossing from one season to another, moving from old to new. If the bridge feels unstable or threatens to collapse, it may mean you fear this transition, that you feel unsafe stepping into what's next. If you make it across, that is a sign of progress. You are closer to change than you think. Chase dreams in schools often reveal that you are learning something important, even if the process feels stressful. Schools represent lessons, tests, growth. Being chased there may mean you feel unprepared for what life is asking you to face, as though you are running to avoid failing the test. When you eventually stop running in this setting, it shows you are ready to learn, to sit with the lesson, to pass the test. Dreams set at night carry different weight than those set in daylight. Nighttime symbolizes uncertainty, fear of the unknown, hidden truths. The darkness is not just external, it reflects inner shadow, seasons of confusion or spiritual testing. When you dream of being chased at night, but suddenly find a light, a street lamp, a house window, even the moon shining brighter, that is a sign of hope, guidance, and direction in the middle of fear. Water settings can also appear in chase dreams. Rivers you must cross, rain that makes running harder, oceans that block your path. Water represents emotions, cleansing transitions. Being chased near water can mean you are being pushed to deal with emotions you have suppressed. Crossing the water can symbolize baptism-like renewal, leaving fear behind and stepping into a new chapter. Even staircases, tunnels, and elevators in chase dreams have meaning. Stairs can show you are moving to a higher level of awareness or trying to escape something below. Running upward shows growth. Running downward can mean facing buried memories or suppressed feelings. Tunnels can symbolize hidden journeys, secret fears, or spiritual passages you must travel through. Elevators that fail to move or trap you may symbolize feeling stuck, unable to rise above the problem until you confront it. Every setting is a map, and when you put them together, you see that the dream is not random, but tailored to you. Your spirit is using symbols you recognize, places you have walked, fears you have felt, to craft a message only you can decode. When you wake from a dream of being chased through these varied environments, write down the details as clearly as possible. Each element is a piece of the puzzle. The stranger behind you tells one part, the place you run through tells another. When you meditate on them together, you begin to see not just fear, but direction, what must be faced, where you are being led, and how you are being prepared. And as you keep engaging with these dreams, night after night, their power shifts. They stop being a source of dread and become a source of guidance. You no longer wake up asking why this keeps happening to you. Instead, you wake up asking what this dream is inviting you to face. What part of you is ready to rise? What message has finally caught up with you after all this running? The emotional and physical sensations you feel during the chase are not accidental. They are the most honest part of the dream. Your breath, your heart rate, the heaviness in your body, the sweat on your skin, all of it is part of the message. If you wake up with your chest pounding, it shows how deeply the fear has touched your nervous system. Your body is processing adrenaline as though you were truly running for your life. This is your mind's way of saying the issue cannot stay hidden any longer. It is already affecting you, even while you sleep. Pay attention to how your legs feel in the dream. If they are heavy, almost paralyzed, this is often a sign of powerlessness. Something in life is slowing you down, making you feel as though you cannot escape. These dreams are especially common during times of stress, burnout, or when you feel stuck in a situation. The slowness forces you to feel the fear fully instead of simply outrunning it. If your legs move freely and you are running fast, it can mean you still have energy to cope, that you are using every resource available to escape. But running fast without direction, simply running in panic, shows that you may be reacting to fear instead of responding with wisdom. The dream invites you to slow down mentally, to find clarity, even when the body wants to flee. Breathing is another powerful symbol. Struggling to breathe as you run can mean you are under intense emotional pressure, carrying burdens that are suffocating you. Your spirit is showing you that you need space, that you need to exhale what is weighing you down. If in the dream you finally catch your breath, even for a moment, that is a sign of breakthrough, a moment where relief begins to come. Some chase dreams include moments of complete paralysis. You try to run, but you cannot move. This can be terrifying, but it carries deep meaning. It may represent a situation in life where you feel completely powerless, unable to act, frozen in fear. It can also be a moment of spiritual pressure, a sign that something unseen is trying to pin you down. Many people report that when they pray, call out, or fight through the paralysis in the dream, they wake up suddenly free. This mirrors what happens spiritually when you refuse to let fear hold you captive, hiding in chase. Dreams is another key detail. Where you hide, how long you stay, and whether the strangers find you all reveal something. If you hide successfully and feel relief, it can mean you have found temporary safety, but not a permanent solution. If they find you despite your best hiding place, it shows that what you fear will keep coming until you confront it. Sometimes the hiding place collapses, or the door you locked swings open. This is the dream telling you that avoidance will not work forever. It is time to face what is coming. The moment of being caught carries perhaps the most powerful message. If the strangers catch you and harm you, this may be a reflection of deep trauma or fear of being overpowered. But often what happens is surprising. They catch you, and then the chase stops. There is no harm. Sometimes they simply stand there. Sometimes they speak. Sometimes they look at you calmly. This is a picture of release. The dream is showing that the worst you imagined was not as destructive as you feared. You survived the encounter. Even the sounds in chase dreams matter. The echo of footsteps, the pounding behind you, the shouting or silence, all are meant to amplify your awareness. Loud noises may represent urgent problems screaming for attention. Silence can be more frightening because it represents what is hidden, what you cannot see coming. Both push you toward the same end, paying attention. Your emotional state when you wake up is part of the message. If you wake with tears, your spirit is releasing grief. If you wake angry, it may be time to confront someone or something that has been oppressing you. If you wake calm despite the chase, you may have crossed a threshold. Fear no longer controls you. These physical and emotional cues are invitations to action. They tell you to notice where fear lives in your body, where anxiety hides, where stress has taken root. They push you to respond with courage, in waking life, to breathe deeply, to ground yourself, to speak what needs to be spoken, to face what must be faced. And as you honor these dreams, as you allow them to teach you rather than torment you, you begin to see them differently. They no longer feel like punishments, but like warnings that come out of love. They are the part of you that refuses to let you stay trapped. They are the voice that says, it is time to stop running, to stop hiding, to meet life as it is, to step into freedom. Little by little, night by night, the dreams shift. The strangers grow less threatening, the chase grows shorter, your fear grows smaller, until one night you realize you are not running anymore. You are standing, breathing, awake, strong, and what once terrified you is now simply standing across from you. No longer chasing, no longer in control, until one night you realize you are not running anymore. You are standing, breathing, awake, strong, and what once terrified you is now simply standing across from you. No longer chasing, no longer in control. This is where everything begins to make sense. The chase was never random, never meaningless. It was the soul's way of getting your attention, of showing you what you were avoiding. Every step, every shadow, every echoing footstep was pointing to something you needed to see. And now that you have faced it, the fear begins to dissolve. The conclusion of these dreams is not about escape, it is about transformation. You have learned that the fear cannot rule you forever. You have learned that what you run from will keep chasing you until you turn to face it. And when you face it, you see that it cannot destroy you. It was never about punishment. It was always about growth. Think about how many nights you have run, how many mornings you have woken breathless, how many times you have wondered why this keeps happening. And now you can look back and see the thread, how each dream was taking you deeper, layer by layer, preparing you to be strong enough to stop running. This is not just about the dream world. It is about your waking life. Every fear that chased you in the night had a reflection in the day. Every stranger represented decision, a memory, a pressure, an unspoken pain. And now, as you breathe more calmly, as you see the dream with new eyes, you know that you are stronger than what chased you. The end of a chased dream is the beginning of a new chapter. You are no longer simply surviving, you are choosing. You are no longer a runner, you are a witness. You stand still, you let the fear come, and you let it pass through you. This is freedom. There is also a spiritual release that happens here. Many people report that after they finally face the pursuer in their dreams, they sleep more peacefully. The nightmares stop repeating. The sense of being hunted lifts. This is the fruit of courage, the moment your spirit says, it is finished. But the journey does not end just because the dream changes. Now it is time to live differently. The fear you faced in the dream is the same fear you must face in life. If the dream was pointing to a conversation, now you must have it. If it was pointing to a choice, now you must make it. If it was pointing to healing, now you must seek it. The dream has done its work. Now you must do yours. Take a moment and thank yourself for not ignoring these dreams, for paying attention, for having the courage to let them teach you. It is no small thing to confront the part of yourself that runs, to stop and listen, to allow the message to catch up with you. And as you go forward, carry this awareness with you. You are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of fear. You are not forever a runner. You are someone who can face what comes, someone who can find peace, even in the middle of the chase. When you lay down to sleep tonight, tell your mind that you are ready. Tell your spirit that you are safe. Tell yourself that if the dream comes again, you will face it with calm, with courage, with curiosity. And if you wake in the night, do not panic. Breathe. Remind yourself that the fear is losing its grip. This is how transformation happens slowly, gently, night by night, breath by breath, until you wake one morning and realize the strangers are gone. The chase is over, and your spirit is free. And if the dream returns someday, you will know what to do. You will not run blindly. You will turn. You will face it. You will ask it what it came to show you, and you will take the message and walk forward. This is the gift of the chase, that it leads you to yourself, to your strength, to your freedom. If this message has spoken to you, take a moment to reflect before you leave. What has been chasing you in your own life? Fear, pressure, memories, guilt. You have the power to face it. You have the authority to stand still and breathe. And if you found this teaching helpful, share it with someone who might also be running silently in their own dreams. It could be the encouragement they need to stop running too. Take this time to bring your thoughts before God, or sit quietly and let your heart settle. And if you want to go deeper into understanding the messages hidden in your dreams, explore the other teachings we've shared. They will guide you step by step into clarity, peace, and spiritual breakthrough. Remember, you are not alone. You are not helpless. What once chased you no longer has the same power. Go into tonight knowing that you can rest, you can breathe, you can face what comes, and you can wake free.